Chapter 10, Spotting Cognitive Distortions. The hidden bends in the lens. Even the clearest framework can be warped if the lens you're using to see reality is distorted. Cognitive distortions are those subtle bends and twists in perception that make the world look different from what it actually is. Left unexamined, they can reinforce false beliefs, pull actions out of alignment with anchor points, create a false sense of coherence, where everything fits only because the distortion hides the contradictions. Why we're all vulnerable. From Cloudmind's miscognition reflection, inspired by Charlie Munger's ant analogy, even complex brains can run simple programs so automatically that they misfire in novel situations. Like ants dragging a live ant out of the hive because it smells like a dead one, we can apply old rules to new contexts without noticing the mismatch. Add to that the insights from the limits of rationality and the importance of the unconscious mind. We like to think our decisions are purely logical, but reason often justifies what emotion has already chosen. Our unconscious mind processes vast amounts of information, but it's also where biases and heuristics quietly influence our choices. Common cognitive distortions include 1. Confirmation bias, seeking only evidence that supports your existing beliefs. 2. Availability heuristic, overestimating the importance of things that come easily to mind. 3. Anchoring, giving disproportionate weight to the first information you encounter. 4. Black and white thinking, seeing situations in extremes rather than shades of gray. 5. Projection, attributing your own thoughts or feelings to others. 6. Status quo bias, favoring the current state simply because it's familiar. How distortions threaten coherence. They hide contradictions. If you only seek confirming evidence, you won't see when two principles conflict. They create false urgency. Availability bias can make a vivid event feel more important than it is, leading to reactive choices. They entrench identity traps. Projection and confirmation bias make it harder to separate I believe from I am. Spotting the distortions in action involves 1. Pausing before certainty. When you feel unusually sure, ask, what would make me wrong here? 2. Reversing the argument. Try to articulate the opposing view better than its proponents. If you can't, you may be missing key evidence. 3. Tracking emotional spikes. Strong emotions, especially defensiveness, often signal a belief being protected by bias. 4. Cross-checking with time horizons. Does this conclusion still hold when you look at the medium and long-term effects? Bias antidotes in Cloudmind principles. Several guideposts for living wisely double as distortion countermeasures. Be open-minded. Doubt and curiosity reduce the grip of certainty. Avoid extremely intense ideology. Refusing totalizing worldviews keeps reality in play. Be less judgmental and more forgiving. Loosens projection and emotional overreaction. When you can't see your own distortions. Sometimes biases are so ingrained you can't catch them alone. That's where dialogue with trusted others helps surface blind spots. Writing things out exposes fuzzy reasoning. Seeking disconfirming experiences forces a recalibration. Accuracy is a form of integrity. A coherent mental framework isn't just about feeling right. It's about being right as far as reality allows. Spotting and correcting cognitive distortions is an act of integrity. You're choosing to see things as they are, not as you wish them to be. Key takeaway. Distortions bend the lens through which you see the world. Spotting them early keeps your framework aligned with reality, and reality is the only foundation that lasts.